What daily habits or routines do you believe have contributed to your success?
I think the key thing you've got there are just the word are habits and routines. Having them, because we all have them, but some people's habit is to sleep in and spend the first hour of the day checking email and spend 2 hours a day on social media. That's their habits and routines. So I think, one that, it's part of why I started my company, because I love this. I love to learn. I learned, like, I started out learning sales. And so I discovered people like Zig Ziglar and Brian Tracy and Tony Robbins and these guys. Dan Kennedy was a very early mentor, still is a mentor of mine, who taught me direct response marketing. I mean, he was the first. I mean, like, I read all kinds of, like, I'm sitting here like rereading great leads. And, I think one habit you've got to get into is you've got to have a passion and a thirst for learning and understanding and then implementing it. Because a lot of people, they'll show you a stack of books they've read. My question is like, well, what have you implemented? Because to me, I'm not interested in reading 20 books. I'm interested in reading one book and taking an entire year to really, really implement it, because I think so many people have all these ideas. They get all these ideas, but they never see it through. So I think one is just that passion, that thirst. I've always invested in learning, going to seminars, listening to the tapes. I'm dating myself, like the audios, like there was the time it was cassette tapes, reading the material. And now today it's so easy. I mean, you just carry it around your phone. That is one routine. What's one habit that has really contributed to my success, and also being disciplined to get stuff implemented and done. Because again, you've got to drive people to deadlines. And I don't want to hear working on it. Ask Rob. He worked, like, I don't want to hear I'm working on it. Like,
Yeah.
I want to hear this is done, this is done, this is done. I'm still not done, but then this will be done next week. I want to hear done. I want to hear finished. And if you can get into those two habits, I promise you, you're going to be head and shoulders above most people. I learned some very, very painful lessons early on in business, and there were employees and there were clients and people I was doing business with that were really toxic people. Like, they were not ethical, they were not honest. And if you are surrounded with that, people who are negative too, that just
Yeah.
everything sucks. I just saw a comment on Facebook about it. There's a client that I fired years ago, a long time ago, and he's still carrying a grudge and he's posting about it. And that was during that period of time when, I got to a point where I'm like, look, I am not going to tolerate an employee that I'm paying or a client that I'm working with that is going to be shitting on me and abusing me. I mean, look, if it's one thing, if I'm doing something wrong for a client and we screwed up, it's, yes, we deserve it, we own it, we fix it, we make it right. But you all know that there are employees that you have gone above and beyond and overlooked a lot of things and helped, and they came back and they took a dump on you. Or clients that you are doing imagine this: you have a client that you are doing a great job for, one that you are going above and beyond and giving them services that maybe they didn't even pay for, but you're just trying to help them out and you're trying to be a good neighbor. And with the core value of always give 110%, right? And then you go find that client on a forum in another place where your other potential customers could be taking a dump on you, telling, like, and saying things that are not true. PS, the employees you have and the customers you keep and the vendors you work with, they've got to give you energy. Not necessarily a habit we're talking about here, but like, I know when I hang out with Rob and Mike and Jeff and Tanya and my executive team, I really enjoy working with them. And so when I am frustrated or down or feeling like, just, I don't know, you're having a tough time, it helps to be able to be around people who will lift you up. And so another thing I will tell everybody watching this is be very, very careful about who you let in your world, employees, clients, because it is very, very difficult to run a business. and you're not going to get it all right. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to screw up. You're going to feel bad about those mistakes. You're going to feel bad like you're not moving ahead as fast as you could, and the negative comments and stuff like that. You're going to feel that. So you need to be around people who will lift you up.